In a completely disgusting moment, Donald Trump said of President Joe Biden's cancer diagnosis, "I don't feel sorry for him. He's vicious." The epitome of a nasty and despicable human being. Listen to this.
Look, he's been a sort of a moderate person over his lifetime, not a smart person, but a somewhat vicious person, I will say. If you feel sorry for him, don't feel so sorry because he's vicious. What he did with his political opponent and all of the people that he hurt a lot of people, Biden. And so I really don't feel sorry for him.
You can dislike Joe Biden's politics all you want. Any normal human would see this as a disgusting thing to say, an absolutely vile thing to say. And in general, this entire conversation with the press was shockingly disturbing. Trump suggesting rogue operatives might have used the infamous autopen to secretly sign things that Joe Biden had no idea about. Trump predicts it will be one of the greatest scandals of our time. Meanwhile, he's accepting crypto bribes for dinner, but completely unsubstantiated claims about Biden and the autopen we are supposed to believe.
Do you think that Dr. Jill Biden should also have to come in and testify about what she did or didn't do?
Well, I hate the concept of it. It's the wife of a man who was going through a lot of problems, and everybody that dealt with him understood that. And I guess it came out during the debate loud and clear. That was the biggest signal of all. They have to do what's right. The country was there was a lot of dishonesty in the election, as you know, of 2020. That's been now caught. People understand it was a rigged election. And when you go further out, when you see the autopen, I think the autopen is going to become one of the great scandals of all time because you have somebody operating it or a number of people operating. Because I knew Joe.
It takes 10 people to operate the autopen.
Joe Biden was in favor of opening up borders, letting 21 million people into this from prisons and mental institutions and gang members. He wasn't into that at all. And who signed these orders, proclamations, and all of the different things that he signed that set our country so far back?
It's funny. Trump alleges without evidence that bills were signed into law without Biden having any idea using the autopen. That's a claim for which we have no evidence. We've seen Trump sign executive orders without having any idea what's in them. He'll go, what is this one? And then the bald guy goes, "Sir, this is such and such." And Trump's like, "Wait, what is this?" But he just signs it anyway. That we have evidence for, but we're supposed to believe the scandal is this completely unsubstantiated claim about Biden and the autopen. Trump also claimed that the power to impose tariffs was granted by the founders. Of course, it was not.
On the big beautiful bill, would you like to see the Senate build in some support for your tariffs on the big beautiful bill, or should that be a standalone bill?
I have great support on the tariffs. I was so honored that we got that ridiculous stay lifted because that would have taken away presidential power. It would have taken away everything that was granted by the founders. It would have been a terrible thing. And it would have, most importantly, left us vulnerable. We have a lot of countries that use tariffs on us and use them viciously. And if we didn't have the power to use tariffs on them and instantly, not when you go back to Congress and try and get hundreds of people to agree on something, that would take months to get just one simple proclamation.
So Trump, in his understanding of the founders and framers of the Constitution and the country, you will not be surprised to hear that that was not true. The founders, the right to impose tariffs by a president was not granted by the founders. And then Donald Trump doesn't rule out the possibility of pardoning Diddy. Is he now just looking for the absolute worst people to pardon? I guess we should be glad Osama bin Laden is dead. Otherwise, Trump might be looking for a pardon there.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of that
When I ran for politics.
relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well.
All right, so Trump's awesome, but he does not rule out pardoning Diddy, who is accused of absolutely heinous, heinous crimes. If you thought Trump was bad in the Oval Office, just wait till you see what happened when he went to Pennsylvania. Every romantic relationship has periods where people get busy, struggle to find time to connect, or find new ways to connect. And that's why our sponsor Paired has been such a valuable tool for so many people. It's the app for couples who want to strengthen their relationship. Every day, Paired gives you personalized questions or quizzes or games to stay connected, deepen your conversations, and have fun. The best part is you can't see your partner's answer until you answer. So it's a safe space to have an open and honest discussion about the relationship. No faking it or pretending, just genuine connection to keep the spark alive. My girlfriend and I have used Paired. Even if you've known your partner for years, like I have, I still feel like Paired helps me learn new things and stay connected. Whether you're just a few dates in or you've been together a long time, like me, find the time to connect with your partner, nourish the relationship. Head to paired.com/Pacman to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off if you sign up for a subscription. The link is in the description.